The season is officially late. An explainer on the latest in the Icefall drama, and a pretty gruesome discovery right below the Khumbu Icefall. This is today's Everest Live Daily Dispatch for April 23rd. We've made it to Namche Bazaar. Our adventure is beginning. We're so excited, and already it seems like the Everest energy has totally ramped up. We've met all sorts of climbers. We flew up here with Kristen Harila. We couldn't be more excited, and our content is only going to get better and better and better as we go. Today is no exception. So what's happening in Everest today is the pressure at Everest Base Camp is building. It's like a pressure cooker there. People are getting frustrated. People are getting angry. The 23rd, 24th, these are the days that people typically start their first rotations up to Camp 1 to acclimatize. That means that the route is usually into Camp 1. Camp 1 and Camp 2 are pretty much built and ready to go. The rope fixing teams are getting ready to make their way towards the summit, which usually happens on May 10th or 11th, something in there. However, as we mentioned before, this serac is still casting its deadly shadow over the route up to Camp 1, and the Icefall doctors have not progressed. As I also mentioned earlier, people are not really wanting to talk about it, but I had a good chance today to talk to people at base camp, talk to people from the SPCC. Here's what I understand is going on. Basically, yesterday the Icefall doctors went up to check on this hanging serac ice tower area to see if maybe it had fallen or if there was a way through. What I understand is that the Icefall doctors, it's not that there's a more difficult way through, it's not that there's an alternative. They don't see a safe way to get up to Camp 1 at the moment. But the serac in question, the main deadly area, is sort of half collapsed, and they're hoping that the other half is going to fall down naturally and soon. Expedition operators are getting frustrated. They don't exactly know or appreciate the Icefall doctor's perspective. There's some grumblings that people want to take this into their own hands. I don't actually see that happening. I see these just as frustrations. But it is to say that there's a lot of commercial pressure on the Icefall doctors to find a way through, but the Icefall doctors themselves don't see a safe way to do it. It seems like we're going to be in a holding pattern for another 5 to 7 days, which is really going to make the whole calculus for climbing Everest a bit different this year. But this isn't unprecedented. This has happened before. This is one of those classic risk and reward questions. This is what makes Everest interesting. So we're going to be following this super closely. We're going to be checking in on it every day. As soon as anything happens, we're going to let you all know. In other news, a team that was sort of looking around, just going on a walk up above Everest Base Camp on the way to the Icefall, they came upon the body of a climber that had died many years ago. This body hasn't been identified. It's been quite sort of mutilated and crunched up by the Icefall. That's why we're blurring it. But most likely or potentially this was one of the people who perished in the 2014 avalanche that was swept down into the depths of the Icefall, and as the glacier churns and melts, every now and then one of these is spit out at the bottom. To me, that's sort of a pretty poignant reminder of why the Icefall doctors are unwilling to push this. It reminds us that this is a game of lives. However, the pressures are still there and are still very real. So stay tuned for that. It's also we're looking at our long-term weather forecast. Now the weather is also starting to play a factor. Looks like a big system might be moving in here day after tomorrow. Might be 4 or 5 days of rain and snow on the Everest region, which might plug things up even further. So it's happening. Everest excitement. And we're so happy to be in the mountains. I'm so happy that you're here with us. Thanks a lot. That's today's Daily Dispatch. We'll check in with you tomorrow.